I'm Peter Parker.
I thought you'd be bigger.
Oh, please. Please don't say that.
Long way from home, aren't you?
No, not exactly.
Fine.
Stings, doesn't it?
My turn.
My back! Oh, my back!
Welcome back to Brothers Theory Productions, everyone. I am Q, and today we have another God of War theory. From God of War 2018, we see Kratos being a proper father figure to his son.
Fine, but take it slowly, okay? Dude, slow the fuck down!
It's repeatedly stated that Atreus is Kratos' son.
This boy is not your past, he is your son. And he needs his father.
But I don't think so. Let's begin, shall we?
You are not.
In God of War, Kratos currently resides in Midgard. Here he met a frost giant called Faye, and from this love came a boy called Atreus. Throughout their journey to the highest peak of all of the realms, Kratos has shown to be a great father figure to his son. But is he really Atreus' father? The only way to know is through a little thing called genetics. The first thing that might come to mind is someone's height. Effectively, it all has to do with the height of your mom and the height of your dad. The height of the father is easy, since we know that Kratos is about 193 centimeters, or 6 feet 4 inches tall. For his mother's height, however, I'm not sure. It was never mentioned in the games or novels, so we're kinda screwed here. Luckily for us, we do have some hints regarding her height. In the beginning of the game, we find Baldur on our doorstep, who funnily starts monologuing.
Sly dog! You got me monologuing! I can't.
A key thing to note here is that he thinks he's talking to Faye.
Baldur was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
He remarks the following.
I thought you'd be bigger.
Oh my god, no!
Baldur's statement basically tells us that Faye was even bigger than Kratos. But how much taller are we talking? I'm not sure, but I'm guessing somewhere in the 210 centimeters, or 7 feet tall, since we see Faye's dead body, which is also a bit taller than Kratos himself. So let's go with that. We can start calculating Atreus' adult height. The way we can do this is to add the mother's height to the father's height, add 13 centimeters, and then divide by 2. So in this couple's case, this gives us a height of 208 centimeters, or 6 feet 9 inches tall for Atreus. As you might have noticed, this number is far from Atreus' actual height in Ragnarok, being only 163 centimeters tall. But I can hear you typing in the comments,
He'll grow.
which is a fair assumption, except there's one problem. I'm convinced he won't grow to be 208 centimeters tall. You see, when he's 163 centimeters at age 14, his growth will mostly be complete at age 18, when he has become 176 centimeters tall, the height of an average adult man. This is still way too far from the 208 he's supposed to be. He's 32 centimeters short, so realistically speaking, something is just not adding up.
Oh my god, no!
To calculate the chance of this happening, we have to look at this situation to all the possibilities that can occur. We have 4 possible outcomes, which are all these on screen. The one Atreus is in is the very last one, and the chance of this happening is 1 out of 4, or 25%. The next genetic trait I want to investigate is skin color. Kratos' skin color is obviously white. Atreus is also white. But what skin color had Faye?
I don't know.
Hard to know, since we've never seen the color of her skin. However, we still have the murals at the end of the game, which can give us some information about her skin color. In the right mural, we see Atreus being displayed, with his skin being made out of a stone, with a lighter color. On the left mural, we find the image of Faye. Her skin color seems to be a bit darker, since the rock is also a little darker in color. You know, it has been proven that frost giants can have a darker skin color, since we've seen it with Loki's future wife Agraboda, who is also a frost giant. Anyway, with Kratos being white and Faye being black, how can Atreus be white? Is that even genetically possible? Well, in biology, when a baby inherits skin color genes from both biological parents, a mixture of different genes will determine their ultimate skin color. So generally speaking, Atreus should possess a mixture of both skin colors. But he just doesn't for some reason. Is it even possible to get all genes from one parent? As it turns out, yes. People can definitely end up with both copies of one of their chromosomes, coming from a single parent. This phenomenon is called uniparental disomy, or UPD. It's still pretty rare though. The frequency of UPD was estimated to be 1 in 3,500 births. This is like 0.03%. And the last genetic property I want to talk about is Atreus' eye color. As we can see in the games, Kratos has amber brown eyes. And Faye would logically also have brown eyes, since black people usually also carry that gene. So the question is, can two brown-eyed parents have a child with blue eyes?
Hey, you have blue eyes. I didn't notice without your glasses.
The answer is yes, but the chance is very slim, only like 6%. With all three genetic traits discussed, we can now multiply all chances with each other to see the probability of them all happening at the same time. So 25% times 0.03% times 6%, which is around 0.0003%, which is a very ridiculously small probability. To put this in perspective, you're more likely to get a hole-in-one 27 times in a row than Kratos getting Atreus as a son, genetically speaking. Mathematically, it's very possible. The chance exists, but realistically speaking, the chance of this happening is actually slim to none. I mean, the boy could be his son, but the chance of that being true is how do I put this?
Pretty much 0.
Wait, if Kratos isn't the father, then who is? Well, look no further than the head dangling from Kratos' waist. Mimir. Okay, I'm joking, it's not Mimir. It's the all-knowing all-father himself, Odin.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
I mean, come on. Odin is canonically Loki's father in Norse mythology.
Kind of obvious.
Not only the family tree, but genetically it also lines up. Odin has an understandable height of 6 feet 2 inches, which is substantially smaller than Kratos himself. This would make Atreus' adult height way more plausible and believable. In the myth, Odin is claimed to have pure blue eyes, the eyes that Atreus would later adopt. Although Odin has zero control over the skin color of his offspring, he does have the ability to shapeshift not only himself, but other beings too, in the form he desires. For example, making someone appear white, while they're actually blue, pink, orange, etc. Admit it, the Allfather is way more likely than the bloody ghost of Sparta. Maybe this was the secret that Atreus is keeping from Kratos.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
If this turns out to be true, man, that would be a cool twist.
Come on. What did you expect?
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No! I am your father no longer.
Or this theory is completely wrong and dumb. Oh well.